Got you good, Susie. Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. This time I'm coming at you to showcase the recently released Blu-ray of Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan, recently released from the Scream/Shout Factory Deluxe Edition Friday the 13th box set. As I stated in my last video, I'm only going to review the first 6 Blu-rays since, there's not a whole hell of a lot new on the 7 and 8. And I'm really not interested in anything past 8 anyway. I'm not going to be reviewing anything past 6, but I will showcase all of the discs and their artwork and disc art and stuff like that. So I'm coming at you, of course, to do that with Part 8, just like with 6 and 7. I was just getting into Friday the 13th when, 7 was the most recent one, and I actually saw Part 8 with my dad in the theater summer of 1989. Of course, out of the first, all the Paramount Friday the 13th, or at least ones from the 80s, I had to see the worst one in the theater. I would have loved to. Me and my dad, as I said in my review of Part 7, almost saw 7 in the theater, but I was just a little too young and squeamish. I just wish we would have done it because it just would have been a hoot, and just to have that memory of seeing 7 in the theater would have been so great. But anyway, I'm coming at you just to showcase the Blu-ray, which of course is sporting. You say what you will about the movie. I think the artwork for the original artwork for 8 always looked really great, and of course I've got the original VHS, and I've got the Laserdisc and stuff, all sporting this original artwork. I think this artwork looks so good even now. The artwork that they were doing at Paramount in the late 80s, just even with these movies that are just kind of cookie cutter movies, if you will. The artwork is just so great, and it's so great to finally have it on a Blu-ray release, and of course the movie, just like with every movie in this collection, each movie on its own disc, which is really great. And you've got the spine with the artwork on up top there. And I don't know if Gordon Curry knows anything about this release, but I think he'd probably like the back being featured on, prominently featured on the back of the artwork for, Jason Takes Manhattan. Of course, good old Gordon Curry would go on to be in Puppet Master 4 and 5, of course, and probably other things too that none of us really know anything about or have heard of. And then this shot, it makes you wonder, how Scream Factory picks the images they use. The Gordon Curry one with Jason in the background's fine, but this picture of Julius in the frickin' phone booth is like, it's just like, oh my god. But anyway, as I said, I don't think there's anything except for like original stereo audio on this release that is new to it. I'm not going to be, chances are I probably won't do reviews of anything past 6 unless I watch 7 and it's amazing, or watch this and it's amazing, or whatever. Just don't hold your breath for reviews of these, the Scream Factory releases of like 7 and 8 and anything beyond or whatever. I just thought, being an OCD anal bastard, my intention, of course, as I said in the last video, was to just review the first 6 Blu-rays and leave it at that, but that's kind of not complete, so I thought at the very least I could showcase the artworks and stuff, and as you can tell, that's what I'm doing. Opening up the case, we've got, once again, the fantastic original poster art featured on the Blu-ray disc, and just like with the Blu-ray cases for 6 and 7, 8 features no reversible cover art, and a very iconic image from the movie is in the inside artworks, spreading across the front and back of the cover art and inside, whatever, right? The picture's right there. Okay, we'll leave it at that. And say what you will about the movie, but it's got some iconic moments like the Manhattan moment and this moment with the hockey mask. It's kind of a nod to it's kind of like, 5 was getting goofy, 6 was kind of getting goofy, 7 got a little more serious, and 8, of course, got a little more tongue-in-cheek. It's just, by this time you're the 8th movie or whatever, and it's all about just kind of trying to have fun with the franchise. And as much as I'm not a fan of the movie or whatever, I kind of do at the same time respect the Rob's choice to get Jason out of the familiar setting and try to do something new with them. You gotta respect that. At the same time, I think I've said it before, that I've got no problem with just them doing one of these movies a year or every other year or every 3 years of just Jason in the woods hacking up, naked teenagers or 20-somethings or whatever. For me, that's, Jason belongs in the woods in that kind of setting, lake, camp setting, just, it's just, for me, it doesn't help that I'm not a city guy either. I don't like the city and urban environments and stuff, but, I can understand it from a standpoint of doing something different, but, yeah, let's face it, Jason, at least in my opinion, belongs in the woods. Hope you guys enjoyed my video showcasing the recently released Blu-ray of Friday, Part 8 on its own Blu-ray disc for once, and for the first time actually, and sporting original artwork and stuff, and from what I understand, original stereo sound. Very exciting, and not so exciting to me because I'm not a huge fan of this movie, but exciting nonetheless to have it this way if I do feel like watching it at some point. Thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.